guys. Video 3 of lesson 3. All right, here we go. And we are on number 3 on page 29. Lots of threes. And you see 7 times 10 to the second power. Now you might be saying, yikes, there's a 7 in there. I thought we were only using tens. Okay, so now we're kind of stepping another step, and we're going to look at how we can use powers of 10 with other numbers. Okay, so how can we write 7 times 10 to the second power using 10 as a factor? All right, so we're going to write it all out. So 7 times, and what does 10 to the second power mean? It means 10 times 10. Okay, make sure you're writing this down. 7 equals 10 times 10. Sorry, 7 times 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is the same as 100. So 7 times 100 is 700. Okay, so we can think of our multiplying by our power of 10 as a second part, right? Another factor. And then it's just going to be 100 times 7. Okay, so we're okay. And then 300 times 10 to the third power. All right, 10 to the third power, 3 zeros. That's the same as 1,000, or 10 times 10 times 10. And then we're going to multiply that times 300. Okay, so 300 times 1,000. Now we could put 300 in our place value chart, right? Under the hundreds place. We could put a 3. And I do recommend that you start using numbers instead of dots in there. It'll just make things a lot easier, right? And we have 3 in the hundreds place. Hopefully you're looking at your place value chart right now. We're going to move it over 3 times, right? So we're going to say times 10 times 100 times 1,000, right? So this would be the thousands place. This would be the 10,000s place. And then we're going to land in the 100,000s place. Should be a lot prettier on your place value chart. So all I'm doing is moving my 3 all those places because I'm multiplying by 1,000. So now I have 300,000. And if I think about it, right, 300 times 1,000, that makes 300,000. Okay, excellent job. Let's go on to number 5. Oh, gotta hide my tools. Okay, let's go on to number 5. All right. Oh, I just wanted to say one more thing about over here. In 5th grade, we're only using exponents of the powers of 10. When you get to 6th grade, you're going to learn more about exponents. But in 5th grade, we'll just be using the powers of 10 for exponents. All right? Okay, so now, look at that. We are dividing, right? You see the division symbol instead of the multiplication symbol. So you know that instead of going to the left on our multiplication chart and getting larger, we're going to be going to the right on our multiplication chart and getting smaller, right? Because when we divide, we move to the right and the numbers get smaller. Okay, there's just some little things to remind you. Okay, so 10,000 divided by 10 to the second power. Yes? Okay, so you could use your place value chart and put a dot in 10,000 and then go 2 to the right. Okay, you could also say, I can get rid of 2 of my zeros. Yeah, and now I have 10 to the second power. Do you see that? I'm dividing by 10 to the second power. So that's 2 zeros I can take away. And now I have 2 zeros left. And 10 to the second power is the same as 100, right? Those are both answers because I have 10 times 10 and 2 zeros. So now 1 million divided by 10 to the third power. Let's try it. Take away 3 zeros because I'm dividing by the third power. I'm dividing by 10 times 10 times 10, which is the same as dividing by 1,000. And I have 1,000 left, which is 10 to the fourth power, which is the same as 1,000. All right. Wow. I know. Can do some pretty good math now, can't you? Right. Okay, now let's go to number 7 and 8. Okay. Now we see we've got some other numbers, right? 9,000 is not a number that's a power of 10. Same thing with 360,000. All right. So let's think about this. 9,000 divided by 10 to the third power. If you look at your place value chart, right, you can put a 9. Remember how I said let's stop using dots? We can put a 9 in the thousands place, right? You find your thousands place and put your 9 in there. And we're dividing by 10 to the power of 3. So this would be the hundreds. This would be the tens. And this would be the ones, right? I'm dividing by the power of 10 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. 9,000 is going to become 9, right? Or I'm dividing, so I'm taking away 3 of my zeros. You see that? Pretty cool. Okay, now I'm dividing by 4. So can I just take away 4 of my zeros? Wow. And my answer is 36. You can also try that on your place value chart if you want to. Now, can we write our answers using exponential form? No, because we're only using powers of 10 in grade 5. So we don't have an exponential form for 9 or for 36. We can't multiply tens together to get these numbers, right? Okay. And there's lots of different ways to find the answer. We can notice how many times we're shifting, right? We can use our place value chart. We can think about the number of zeros. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Good job. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about your problem set. Oh, hide my tools. Okay, there we go. Now your problem set is your must do on page 31. Okay, and in your Google Classroom, it'll tell you your assignment, but you can see you're going to be filling out a chart, standard form, the way we write it, multiplication expressing using only 10 as a factor, right? 10 times 10 is 100. Exponential form, 10 times 10, that's 2 tens, right? You're going to fill out this form, all right, and get started. Okay, and then one more thing I wanted to show you. Look at this cool graphic we have here. Let's just look at it for a minute. Now you see we have all these numbers, but there's a question mark here in the middle. So what number goes in there? What number goes in there? You are correct if you're saying 10,000. Look at all these different ways we have to represent 10,000. Excellent job. Okay, guys, you can move on to your must-dos. Come see me if you have any questions. Thank you so much for your attention. Aloha.